Hello, welcome to KTV News in English. This morning in Nam Nha Trang Ward, the Ministry of National Defense, in coordination with the Provincial Military Command, relevant agencies, and the developer, convened group held a groundbreaking ceremony for the Armed Forces Family Housing Project at land plot HHO 35.
With a total investment of nearly 4,960 billion dong, the 2.1 hectares housing project connects directly to Võ Nguyên Giáp Street and Mỹ Gia urban area infrastructure. Developed by KVG's, a Khánh Vĩnh Group member, it will deliver 2,776 apartments by 2028, including 2,221 units for military families, 555 commercial units housing around 8,300 people. At the groundbreaking ceremony, Khánh Hòa Province's Vice Chairman Trần Hòa Nam urged local agencies to facilitate progress while promising provincial support to ensure a quality on-schedule completion.
By 2030, Vietnam aims to have at least 10 large-scale strategic technology enterprises generating over $1 billion in annual revenue, according to a government master plan.
On June the 17th, the government launched a 2026-2030 period blueprint to build large-scale strategic tech enterprises. These firms will drive national infrastructure, digital data, strategic tech, and cybersecurity. By 2030, Vietnam aims to add 6 international undersea fiber optic cables, expand 5G coverage to 99% of population, establish 5 international standard green data centers. Furthermore, local enterprises target 70% technology autonomy, positioning Vietnam among Southeast Asia's top 3 nations for AI research, development, and application.
On June 18th, Auto Mechanica Ho Chi Minh City 2026 officially opened at the Saigon Exhibition and Convention Center. The event features over 400 exhibitors from 17 countries and territories.
The event showcases automotive products, technology solutions, highlighting new energy vehicles, electric vehicles, hybrids, and eco-friendly smart tech. As Vietnam electric vehicles and hybrids sales surged over 36% in the first quarter of 2026, the exhibition helps local firms adopt new technologies, boost production, and integrate into global value chains. The exhibition runs until June 20th.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Environment is submitting a draft proposal to update the 2026 greenhouse gas inventory list. The total number of facilities is expected to reach 2,705, an increase of 539 compared to 2024, aiming to streamline emissions data for better measurement and to meet the net zero 2050 target.
This draft addresses the urgent need to upgrade the greenhouse gas inventory system, establishing facility-level emission reduction targets for 2026-2030 period. It supports businesses in meeting strict international environmental standards to remain competitive in global supply chains. The updated list aims to enhance state management of emission reductions while fulfilling Vietnam's international climate commitments under the United Nations Framework Convention on climate change and the Paris Agreement.
The Khánh Hòa Sea Festival 2026 themed Ocean Colors Global Riches will take place from July 17 to 19th, featuring nearly 30 cultural, artistic, sporting, and tourism activities. Among these, the Cosplay Met Gala 2026 is expected to be one of the major highlights of this year's festival season.
Scheduled for July the 19th at Nha Trang West Beachfront Stage, the event will feature 500 models, artists, cosplayers, targeting 10,000 attendees. Inspired by ocean themes and cultural fusion, the four-part showcase features ethnic drum and raclette attire, traditional Vietnamese royal garments, elaborate video game cosplay, and the Met Gala 2026 Ocean Design Finals. As part of Khánh Hòa Sea Festival 2026, the event enriches local entertainment while promoting the vibrant, culturally rich and dynamic image of Khánh Hòa.
This morning, Cam Ranh International Terminal Charles Comley, in coordination with Saigon Cam Ranh Ground Services Charles Comley and Cam Ranh International Airport Services Charles Comley, organized a charity program to present gifts to local students and residents in Cam Vinh commune.
Under the theme Spreading Love Far and Wide, the program featured meaningful activities such as music performances, cultural exchange, and games with students from Sông Câu Primary School in Khánh Vinh commune. On this occasion, the organizers presented 130 gift packages, including school supplies and uniforms, to students at the school. They also gave 50 sets of textbooks to disadvantaged students who have worked hard in their studies and donated one television to support teaching and learning activities. In addition, 50 gift packages were presented to poor households and families facing difficult circumstances in Khánh Vinh commune. The total budget for the program and gifts was 120 million Vietnam dong. Through this program, the participating organizations hope to help improve local living conditions, encourage students to overcome difficulties in their studies, and spread positive human values within the community.
After a vibrant day packed with diverse activities, the Khánh Hòa English Festival 2026 officially closed last night at April 2nd Square in Nha Trang Ward.
In its first year, the festival attracted nearly 8,000 participants. Speaking at the closing ceremony, Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Hà praised the responsible coordination among departments, agencies, and local authorities, as well as the support from the sponsors and the enthusiastic participation of thousands of residents, students, and visitors, all of which contributed to the festival's success. At the ceremony, the organizing committee also presented awards to outstanding individuals and teams in the final rounds of competitions, including Ring the Golden Bell Family English Speaking Contest and Sing to Shine.
On June 18th in Hanoi, the China Cultural Center in Hanoi hosted a cultural experience event to celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival or Tết Đoan Ngọ, themed A Rich Taste of Dragon Boat Festival, the fragrance of Wansley.
The Đoan Wu Festival is a long-standing traditional celebration in both China and Vietnam. In Vietnam, the festival is also known as Dong Yung Festival or the Pest Killing Festival, with traditions such as collecting medicinal herbs, hanging leaves to ward off disease, wearing 5-color bracelets for good luck, and eating fermented sticky rice for better health. Students were excited to take part in activities such as weaving 5-color bracelets, wrapping pyramid-shaped rice dumplings, and enjoy cultural performances from ethnic groups in Quang Tri province. These cultural features show that while Vietnam and China each have their own unique traditions, they also share many similarities. Together, these traditions strengthen cultural exchange and serve as a meaningful bond between people of both countries. In the coming time, the Chinese Cultural Center in Hanoi will continue organizing more meaningful and culturally rich activities, using cultural exchange as a bridge to strengthen ties between the two countries.
On the evening of June 17 in Prague, Czech Republic, the Little Hanoi Next Generation Photo Exhibition officially opened, creating a space for dialogue on the identity, memories, and coming-of-age journeys of second-generation Vietnamese people living in the Czech Republic.
This is the first exhibition in the Czech Republic dedicated entirely to young people of Vietnamese origin who were born and raised in the Central European country. following the Little Hanoi project in the first generation of Vietnamese immigrants nearly 2 decades ago. The exhibition presents 76 portraits reflecting the lives of younger generation, building its place in local society. The works were created by photographers Stepan Kastan and Vandy Melenska, with personal stories recorded by journalist Thuy Yu Nguyen, focusing on themes such as roots, family, the pressure of integration, and balancing two cultures. The exhibition gives young people a platform to share their talents and creativity, while also helping local residents better understand the Vietnamese community. The Vietnamese ambassador emphasized that younger generation plays an important role in the future of Vietnam-Czech relations, contributing to innovation, people-to-people exchange, and stronger practical cooperation between the two countries.
Great books quietly nurture young minds, sowing seeds of love, compassion, and resilience. In Nha Trang, Khánh Hòa, journalist and writer Lê Đức Dương has spent over 30 years crafting stories about nature and others, stepping into the world of children with deep empathy. Join us as we meet him to hear more about his dedicated journey in children's literature. With over 40 years in journalism and 30 years as an author, writer Lê Đức Dương has dedicated most of his work to children. Yet for him, writing for a young audience has never been about telling simple stories. Writing for children is definitely no easy task. I always had to put myself in the shoes of a child, full of excitement, aspirations, and curiosity. That is how I create literary works that speak for them, expressing the very things every child thinks and knows, but transforming them into the language of literature. For writer Lê Đức Dương, behind every page lies a story about ordinary lands and everyday people. Yet, these tales are steeped in deep cultural values and a love for life, or told in an intimate, deeply emotional voice. While the Banduranga steppe paints a vivid picture of nomadic children in an arid land, Aaron the Wild Comes to Honeymoon opens up the vibrant marine world. Beyond delivering deeply human messages and exploring coastal customs, he also seeks to instill a profound love for our homeland sea and islands, urging the respect and protection of marine life. Writer Lê Đức Dương always works hand in hand with young readers in every one of his works. What makes his stories special is how relatable the characters are to children, drawn from the animals, the nature, and the people in the world around them. His deep love for his homeland, the seas, and the islands, especially those of Khánh Hòa, flows into his writing in a completely natural way. My absolute favorite work is The Monkey King of Hòn Lao Island. The character I love the most is the monkey, namely Mon, because he's so good-hearted, never leaves anyone behind, and is incredibly brave and resilient. In my stories, there are always opposing characters and conflicting situations, but above all, my characters possess a deep sense of kindness, a forgiving heart, and a profound humanity. My hope is that they can carry these childhood memories of their homeland wherever they go, using them as a foundation to thrive in life. Writing for children means writing about pure beauty and the simple choice of life, sowing the seeds of aspiration and faith in a bright human future. Therefore, a writer must possess a gentle, pure soul that truly resonates with children. Only then can they craft deeply emotional pages and successful works that are eagerly impressed by readers, especially the young. Now is the weather forecast for the rest of today and tomorrow. That's all for today. Thanks for joining us. Good night.